Welcome to the Bling of Things, presented by the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Rho Omega chapter. I am Gwendolyn Kimble, and I will be your crafter today. So let's get started. The focus of this event will be to show you how you can take basic items from your 99-cent store and zhuzh them up. Here's an example. Here is a fabulous crystal vase to the naked eye. But you and I will know that this is one 99-cent vase and two 99-cent candlesticks. And we have embellished them to create what appears to be a blinged out crystal vase. I am going to show you some of the things that I put together and some of the things that you will need to put together a crystal vase of your own one. Here's what you need to get started. A simple vase, and they come in different shapes and sizes, but the key is that they are all located and can be purchased at your local 99-cent store or Dollar Tree. There are two different shapes of vases. And so I've done a little bit of something with more than one, but we're going to use this one for the purposes of this demonstration today. And we took that one, and here are basic candlesticks. We'll go ahead and snip off the 99-cent store tags. We don't want everybody to know our secret. And there's two. So we're going to do a couple of little things today. Snip off your tag and drop them in your little trash can here so that you can keep your workspace clear. And then here is a little votive floating vase. This is another 99-cent item, which is right from your 99-cent store. Different shapes, different feels, and you'll get a feel for some of the things that you really do want to see, but I'm going to show you how to do that too. Here is a basic bowl from the kitchen section at the 99-cent store and one candlestick. How jazzy is that? And if you'll notice, the candlestick, when it's turned upside down, has a section inside that's a little cup. And I filled that little section with pearls prior to attaching it to the candlestick and the bowl. How cute is that? One. And here is that 99-cent bowl from the kitchen section in the 99-cent store or your local Dollar Tree. They both have similar items. I think that they're comparable. In the 99-cent store, you're more likely to find something that's $1.49 as opposed to the Dollar Tree. They typically stick to a lot of actual 99-cent items. However, I will encourage you to try both places because you'll find some interesting things at the different places. And so some of the other items that you'll find, and these came from the Dollar Tree, are the little rolls of rhinestone. Here we have a gold, a silver, pink, and a pearl. So it depends on what type of event that you are trying to create your crystal looks for. It could be preparing for a wedding and trying to make some economical centerpieces, or perhaps you're just having a little afternoon with the girls and you just want to have a nice little tea and zhuzh things up. So that's my recommendation. You're going to need some plain glue sticks. Of course, either one of those stores you can find packages of glue sticks for 99 cents. You're going to need your trusty glue gun, and I use the one with high temp. You have to be careful with a high temp gun because you can burn your stuff. And this high temp glue will leave a blister, so you be careful with that. A low temp gun can also work. The difference is when you're using low temp glue, that means it's the same glue sticks. That means that you need to move fast. So quick moving because that glue is not as hot, so it's not going to stay soft as long. So you need to be moving quickly if you're going to use a low temp glue gun. One of the other tools is the E6000 glue. Many crafters use E6000 glue for gluing on beads, rhinestones. And I have used the E6000 glue even to bling out my tennis shoes or putting bling on a jacket, your denim, your jeans. This glue is a catch-all. I'm going to use this E6000 glue. This is the glue that I use. It comes out nice and soft. This is the glue that I use to put these actual pieces of glass together to connect those, okay? So remember that. 2 different types of glue. So these are rhinestones or little bling things. And I'm gonna open a pack just so you can see how they come in real quick, plastic wrap to keep them secure. And so when you open them, just remember that these come in strips, and there are 5 rows on each strip. Have a good pair of scissors there. Remember that sometimes when you put your bling around your item, remember that the strips will need to be cut. Because of the curvation in the glass, it's not always recommended to try to go and put the whole 4 strips on there. Because the thing is, as you go around and you try to make it fit, because the top of this glass is an enclave and it comes out, it's not going to lay flat. That's why you'll use 1 row at a time. 1. So as you can see, if we take the strips and we take our 5 rows, remember you have to cut them down so that you can have manageable pieces and that you're able to customize your rows to align with the size and the curvation of your different items that you're using. I use my glue gun and I start with a tab of glue. I would never be someone who would take the glue all the way around and then try to come all the way back with this. I think you need to take your time if you want it to turn out nicely. And I put a little piece at a time. But what I did was I went and customized the exact length. So this strip is the exact length of the row that we're going to put. So my recommendation is that you go and you take it. We have 1 row attached. Now we'll go back and attach the other rows so we have a nice, wide, noticeable row of bling around our base. Well, we've taken just a little bit of time and 1 string of rhinestones at a time, 1 string, and affix them to the rim of whichever item you decide to bling out, 1 at a time. So we've taken 3 and we've gone around the top 3 for a bling rim at the top. And then we've taken 2 to bling around the indent right near the bottom. How pretty is that? So now, next up, we want to try and bling out our candlesticks. Remember that we're going in the direction, not necessarily an exact replica, but we're going in the direction of this, where we're going to take these 2 candlesticks, attach them end to end after we do the bling, and then we're going to affix this vase that we already have blinged out. So once again, we're gonna start one row at a time. My recommendation is to do that just to make sure that you are able to stay in alignment. So you're gonna use each one of the rows, and it's easy. Just find whichever row you want to do. You may not even want to do it on the outside rim. You might want to do it inside. Let's try to do it that way. And my reason for that is because it's got a really distinct line for you to be able to follow. And we're going to take the glue, and remember, we're using hot glue. Be very careful that you don't burn yourself. We're taking hot glue, and we're going to put it right along the rim. And again, the reason why we're using the rim that we're using is because there's a distinct line already created for you. So you don't have to worry about, if you can follow a line, you don't have to worry about putting it on crooked. We are actually making very good progress towards creating our Dollar Tree 99-cent store items. I'm having fun. I hope you are too. We are almost finishing. This is just how quick it takes to put a row. And again, be careful not to try to put the entire string of glue all the way around at one time. Give yourself a chance to get them on, straighten them up just a little bit before the glue cools. Another reason why I like to use hot glue, it gives you a little bit more time to manipulate, because with the low temp glue, pretty much the moment that you put it on there and you need to move quickly, it'll already start getting hard. So we've got that very first row already on there, and we're going to take it and do another row. So on this one, we ended up doing one right around the tip edge, because at the very top, there's another nice little line that's already created there for you. So let's do it. Let's keep going. Easy to follow. Follow the lines that are already created there for you. Make sure that your hot glue beads are straight and smooth, because where the glue is where your row of rhinestones is going to be. We are almost finished doing what we're going to do with this candlestick. I didn't time it, but it's just about 2-3 minutes that it'll take you to do it. What do you think? Pretty nice, huh? All right, let's get the second one. And just like that, we have taken both of our little 99-cent candlestick holders, and we have put our little bling on the candlestick holders. So the next thing we want to do is we want to attach the candlestick holders so that they are glued together. Like that, this is going to create the base for our vase. And so remember when I told you that this glue, this E6000 glue, is used by crafters? This is the glue, not the hot glue, that you'll use to glue two pieces of glass together. This is, again, the same kind of glue I would use if I was perhaps putting pearls or rhinestones trying to bling out my tennis shoes or a jacket or something. The E6000 glue. And we'll take it, try to align the corners because they are shaped exactly the same. They're exactly the same size. And we'll try to align those, and we'll sit it there and give it an opportunity to set. When it gets finished setting, I'm I'm gonna go back around it and add another row of bling right there where they're sealed together. And once that's done, we'll come back and we'll add the base. We're almost there. Well, we're back and we have just completed attaching the candlesticks. While we're waiting for that candlestick to set on the other candlestick, I want to go over a real quick and inexpensive way to set off your table. Also, items from the dollar store, a styrofoam wreath, if you will. So these are not from the dollar store, but they are rolls of pearls and flat pearls. And you can buy these in rolls. A roll with like 10 yards on it costs about $20 or so. But you can do so many things with the pearls. And I'm going to show you how you can take the larger rolls and you can cut it, because they are also in the same band, rolls, and strips, and you can cut them in strips to make them the size you want them to be so that you can get the effect that you're trying to get. So, first thing I did here is, here's a wreath of pretty soft rose petals, and so, or blossoms, if you will. So I've taken this wreath and I've wrapped it in pearls. You can't really see all of the pearls, but we're pearl girls, and so you know what that means. We put the pearls where we can, when we can. So, simple and basic. I am just simply wrapping this wreath with a strand of the pearls. Really, really simple. That piece was 1.5 yards long, and I was able to halfway wrap the wreath, okay? So let's say you need 2 yard and a half long pieces. So I'm taking that, and I'm just gonna do a basic little piece of glue here. And there's no glamour needed for this. Not a lot of finesse, just creativity. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take it and attach it. Basic. Because at the end of the day, this is gonna be here, but we're gonna go back and cover it with the little rose petals. And we're gonna keep going because I don't wanna spend a whole lot of time on the tiny, tiny details, but I do want you to see how quick and easy it is, because in less than a minute, we just halfway wrapped this styrofoam wreath. So we use little rose petals. They don't have to be little rose petals. They can be as big as the regular little bushes that you see, a little rose bouquets that you see in the 99-cent store. Just means you don't have as many to use as you do with this one. In this case, I bought these little packs, and they have 9 on each one of the little packs, okay? So I took them off, and when I took them off, they are, of course, are attached here with a little piece of wire. Quick and simple. Pull the piece of wire, make sure you drop those to keep your workspace clean, and pull each one of them off. And so what I did was, came up with a handful, and as many as you need, depending on the size of the roses that you use. So we're gonna go ahead, and I'm gonna show you how simple it is to take this 99-cent styrofoam wreath, a couple of rows of pearls, and I wanna remind you that these can be strands of old broken pearls that you have, that you've used for whatever reason, and wrap them around. So I use, as a guide, the tip on my hot glue gun, because it's already got a little point and it's already hot. So it's gonna be really easy to just poke a hole in your styrofoam and one squeeze of glue. Okay, real quick. I go back and I pick up one of the roses. It's got just enough glue in there to hold it. And taking the stem off, it's got that little tip, and you poke it in. You are on your way. Well, we're back. And so we have now successfully got our two candlestick holders and attached them together with the E6000 glue. We've given them time to set. And then we went back and covered where they meet together with another couple of rows of rhinestones, so as to cover the seam. Next thing we're going to do, we are going to show you how to take just a broken strand of pearls or loose pearls or whatever you might have, and I simply, with one of the upside down candlesticks, remember they both have the center, that little enclave right there. So we're going to take those and we're going to fill that little space with a little short strand of pearls. And now we're going to take that little bit and we're going to attach this vase to the candlestick holders. Again, we're going to use the E6000 glue. Really simple. Remember, we've already filled the enclave with the pearls. And now we're going to use our E6000 glue. It dries very clear. And it dries pretty quickly too. But because these, although they come from the 99-cent store, these are some pretty heavy and sturdy pieces of glass. So we're going to take that and do our very best to make sure that it is aligned. And we're going to center it right there. How cute is it? We're going to wait until. So now we have successfully attached the vase to the base of the candlestick holders, and it's filled with the pearls. Once it's dry, you'll see how pretty the pearls lay right at the bottom of the vase. You can do many things with this vase to accentuate your vase and add depth to your presentation. Remember that styrofoam wreath that we created? We covered with pearls and added the rosebuds all around it. If you want to elevate your presentation, you can do something like the bowl. Remember, we got the bowl from the kitchen section. You can take that. These came from the 99-cent store too. They come with the stoppers, the rubber stoppers on the bottom. You can attach this by glue and glue that to the bottom of your vase. And how pretty would that be? Stable, raised up so that you can see all of the accentuations on your vase, all of your rhinestones. You can choose to put a long candlestick inside your vase. If you're going to do that, I would recommend make sure you measure it so it's not too tall. You will do something very simple, and I'm not going to actually do it, but I want to show you how. Take a lighter and soften the wax at the bottom of your candle, and then you would hold it by your tip and sit it there so that it will secure. It'll stay there, and you can light it. Other options inside your vase could be just a simple votive, and you can sit the votive down in your candle. I would recommend that you have something that you can hold, and it's always pretty good to keep a pair of tweezers, the needle nose tweezers on hand. They help you sometimes when you're trying to move your pieces of your rhinestones or your rows of rhinestones and other little accents. But I would take it, I would lift that and use that to lower your votive inside your candle holder or your vase. Other things that you can do to fill your vase, simple things like the same roses that we used to fill the vase. You can go ahead, take your time, little at a time. And once again, this is just an example of something that you can do, not a recommendation or how you can, but I'm a crafter, so I pretty much will try anything. And especially, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. And we have taken a little bit of time just to share a little tips and tricks of taking basic common items, 99-cent store items, Dollar Tree items, and elevating them so that they can help you accentuate your events or activities on a budget. So understanding that quick little things that you use, the little rhinestones and pearls from the Dollar Tree, we use little vases, we use bowls from the kitchen area, we use a 99-cent store styrofoam wreath, old pearls, some inexpensive rosebuds, and your trusty hot glue gun, tweezers, and for every crafter, E6000 bonding glue. I hope that you found something interesting, and I hope that you have been inspired to elevate some basic items that you might have or that you might want to have. Anyway, I am Gwen Kimble. Thank you so much for joining the Bling of Things. Sponsored again by the Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Tall Rho Omega chapter. Thank you.